All right, guys, we are live. So everybody, I want to welcome you. People are going to be rolling in as time goes on. So while we have people joining in with us tonight, as you guys know, Jazmine Gittens here. We come here every Thursday at 8 p.m. to talk real estate, right? Talk about investing, wholesaling, how I can help you, things that I know and have experienced, and how we can all kind of grow and build together, right? So one of those many things is CRM, right? Your customer relationship manager. So really figuring out, like, when you get these leads, what are you doing with them, right? How are you communicating? How are you following up? Is such a huge deal. So tonight I have with us Client Clouds. So we got the whole team, on board. We got Lewis, Webb, and Daryl with us tonight. So I'll let you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves. And like I said, again, people are going to be rolling in. So they'll get they'll be coming in when all the juice is starting to spill. So go ahead. So I'll introduce, Webb, I'll have Webb, you can introduce yourself and your team.
Okay. Well, actually, we'll start with Lewis.
All right, let's do it.
Hi, guys.
Lewis said he wasn't really trying to talk to us tonight.
A little bit.
My name is Luis Polanco de Leon. This is a company based in Houston, Texas. I am the CEO. With us, we have Webb, which is the president, and Mr. Washington, which is the sales manager. I will let them present themselves.
Nice.
Well, just like Lewis mentioned before, my name is Webb Ignatius. I'm the president of Client Clouds. So my job pretty much entitles operation management throughout Client Clouds. And I think we had, there goes Daryl right there. So Daryl is our sales manager. So Daryl, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, Daryl. Are you with us?
And again, please. Hi, good. Hopefully, I'll be here to stay this time around, guys. Sorry about the service interruptions. So my name is Daryl. I am the sales manager. The focus is new clients.
Daryl, you breaking up a little bit. But your team did a great job with introducing you. So we are happy to have you here with us tonight. We are happy to have the entire whole Client Clouds team with us. And I really want to talk about, because, Webb specifically, you and I met years back. People may have seen me and you do Instagram lives together, right? We've been talking, right? So you really understand, like, from the aspect of a wholesaler or the aspect of a real estate investor, period, the need for a CRM, right? How are you managing, right? You're doing these calls. We talk about marketing, how you're generating leads, and then you actually start generating leads. And now it's like, okay, now what? You got a piece of paper over here, a little sticky note over here, right?
Right.
Trying to manage all of this. And a lot of people, starting off, they're a one-man or a one-woman show, right? So having a CRM, we're going to let Daryl back in here. So having a CRM is so important. It's invaluable to be able to, communicate, have a flow, right? So you know when to follow up with somebody. If you have a lead that's saying, look, I'm not ready to sell yet, call me back next month, and you lose that little sticky note, now you're done, right?
Absolutely.
You lost business. So just speak to that from your own experience, and then really how Client Clouds is providing a phenomenal service to people to be able to overcome that and get more deals done.
So like what Jazmine mentioned earlier, so me and Jazmine, we actually met at one of her events that she was hosting years ago, and I actually came to her with the deal that I was trying to get done. So I can attest completely of how, if you're trying to get your first deal done, of like some of the stressors and some of the anxiety and some of the problems that you're going to face as a newbie investor. I know for myself, when I was a newbie investor, I was just so happy to even just get a call. And then when I got a call, I didn't know exactly what to do after that. Right. So
right.
I think that when you're starting in real estate and you're trying to wholesale, one of the biggest things is actually managing the amount of leads that you have. So for someone that doesn't have, software, some of the easiest ways they could think of doing is putting it on an Excel sheet. But when you're working in this business, numbers mean everything. And you're not just dealing with hundreds, you're dealing with thousands and thousands of leads. So being able to track and being able to manage those leads to hopefully convert into that one deal that can change your life is super important.
Yes.
And at the time, I didn't have a CRM, right? I was using an Excel. I was getting calls. I didn't understand how to track. I didn't know any of these things. And maybe some of your members in your audience are dealing with the same exact thing. So for me, having a background in real estate, having that experience, I can see things hindsight of how a CRM is crucial. It is a game changer in being able to get to your first deal faster.
Yes.
No matter if you're a one person or if you have a team. So that definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so real, right? Because again, like I was saying, if you have that Excel sheet that tells you to call them back on XX date, right? You don't organize that right, then you're done and you're missing out on so much. So the value really of having like a CRM is being able to stay in contact with the person, right? And once you talk to the lead, you get a lead in, you want to stay top of the mind. You don't want to disappear, right? You don't, and one of the key things in this business, like key, we always say the money is in the follow-up, yes. Right? The money is in the follow-up. So it's one thing to call, right? And the likelihood of us getting a deal, whether it's any business that you're in, right? The likelihood most of the time of you closing on that first call is less than it is when you're following up. They say statistically you have to touch somebody 5 to 12 times before you actually convert, before you get the deal, right? And that's what we're trying to do. So those 5 to 12 times doesn't need to necessarily be calling, right? You can text them, you can send them an email. And this is what Client Cloud offers, okay? Because you're not just having to call them every time. You can actually set up, and I'm gonna let them, these are the guys, so I'm gonna let them show you or tell you guys how that all looks and how you can kind of structure that. But the idea of being able to press a button, put somebody's name in, press a button, and know that your entire business is operating. You got text blasts going out to them, right? So let's just say, for instance, you get a lead, right? Somebody says, look, I'm thinking about selling the next couple months. I got a lead like that yesterday, right? This lady, she's talking about she wants to sell in 3 months. I'm like, nah, let me sign that contract today, right? Talk about 3 months from now, right? So I want to make sure that I'm staying top of mind to her, right? So the idea is I'm gonna be hitting her up every single week, right? So it's gonna vary. I'm gonna send a text message, I'm gonna send an email, I'm gonna call her. So literally by a click of a button within Client Cloud, your entire system and lead flow with that one individual is automatic. So share with us some of the, I kind of already let the cat out the bag, but share up with us some of the features that Client Cloud offers that is going to take everybody's business from zero to hero real quick.
So I just actually want to touch on just the example that you said, because like I said, I want to actually give the audience some value and some content. Yes. Of some of the issues that I was having when I was first trying to get my first deal done. Mm-hmm. And you might have someone in your audience that may be working a full-time job and they call a list of leads one day and they just don't have the time, or they have kids, or they have just responsibilities for the follow-up. And like you said before, this deal, if you don't catch a lead right when it's hot and they call you back, or you're not making multiple touches with that lead can literally go ghost on you. And it's happened to me so many times, because at the point when I was first starting off, I had a job just like everyone else. I had a job and I had responsibilities, and I would make calls and then I would miss calls because I was at my job, and I would call back and it was kind of like, well, sorry, you went to the next person, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. So back in hindsight, with Client Clouds, we have a campaign marketing feature that allows business owners or any of our customers to literally send so many different features, whether it's text message blast, whether it's a voicemail drops, whether it's a call, whether it's an email, and you can set it up to where it can be, daily, it can be monthly, it can be weekly, it can be in any customizable sequence that you want. And I'm actually going to let Louis show you how it works and how it's so beneficial to retaining leads in order to get closer to that, to closing on that contract.
Yes. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Okay. I think I can make you so they can see. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys can see it.
Okay. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay.
Boom,
So
there we go. I like that.
This is the dashboard of our client clouds. Let's go ahead and show you guys what Webb just mentioned about the campaigns and the features that you can do within the CRM.
Mm-hmm. And guys, as you're watching, sorry, Louis, but as you guys are watching, let us know, type in the comments, let us know where you're from. Let us know, what questions you have. These guys are here to help us all. I'm using this system too now. So we're all in this together.
So Jazmine and Webb, let's say we have a home buyer nurture campaign.
Mm-hmm.
We have different text messages, emails going out.
Mm-hmm.
And I will show you right now some of the features that you can add as an event. For example, you can send text message because text messages are more reliable than emails nowadays.
Yep.
People will most likely will reply to a text message than an email.
Mm-hmm.
If you connect your Facebook business page, you can also send messages through Messenger. Now,
this is so game changer, right? Because the CRM that I've worked with, some of them might possibly have where you can send a text message, but to be able to connect with somebody on Facebook, to be able to connect with them on Facebook, this is literally this is game changing. So you already know people are on a phone, right? We already know that they're text messaging for us. That's one of the best follow-ups because, if you don't open your email or whatever the case is, you're definitely going to see my text message, right?
Yes.
And then Facebook Messenger, that's another one. People are on their social media pages. So being able to connect with them in different places, you want to be everywhere. You want to be everywhere.
Yes.
They say on average as well that the average person spends a little over 2 hours a day on Facebook. So we understand how hard it is. Louis, you spend time on Facebook too, more than you do. But we understand that, it's hard to reach leads. It's hard to reach leads, whether it's on the phone or even through text message. So being able to connect with them through Facebook, and I've actually had a contract signed through Facebook, right? Just contacting the seller because I couldn't reach them. I could not, for whatever reason, contact them. But Facebook was the reason as to why we were able to make that happen.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yes.
That's so dope.
We also have the regular email campaigns. And like Webb say, if you have a campaign, you can have the system automatically call your lead for you. And once the lead pick up the phone, it will connect you to that person. So hopefully you can convert them from lead to prospect and close the deal right away.
Oh, that's awesome.
And one of the good things that you can do within the CRM is that you can record the conversation that can serve as a training tool for you and perhaps your employees if you have one. Yes.
And I think everybody at one point or another want to, build a team, right? You want to, the fact is for the most part, everybody's getting into this business to wholesaling specifically to build up capital, right? To then transition to start buying rentals and getting into that passive space. At the end of the day, we're all striving to get to that passive space, right? So we definitely want to be building, the team at the right time.
And even if they're not ready to build a team, it can serve as a self-training because they can go back to the conversation and say, okay, I need to change this. I need to say this. So this is one of the good features that they can have in Client Clouds.
Nice.
they can send ringless voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
Within the campaigns, they can send manual SMS or just a simple task for you to reach out to that person at a later time if need to.
And voicemail is so effective, right? They're so effective because nowadays, if you try to call someone, they may just, there's a lot of scam likely calls, or they just might just ignore it. But when someone actually hears the voice of another person saying, "Hey, my name is Jazmine Gittens. I'm a local real estate investor, and I came across your property located at ABC Hopton Street," and they hear that voice, they're more likely to return that phone call because it sounds like, okay, that sounds like another, person that's just trying to inquire about my property. Let me give this person a call back.
Right.
And time.
Right. I'm sorry to cut you off. No, that's so true. And just as a little, note for people, when you are leaving voicemails, or sending text messages, sound like you, right? You don't try to make yourself sound. This was something that I actually did in the beginning. I wanted to sound like I was this big corporation. I was a nationwide, we could do everything, right? But the truth is people like doing business with people that they like, right? That they can connect with. Like people really like doing business with smaller, usually, local investors. Like, are you local? Are you an expert in my area? They really like that. So, again, when you're making your calls, it doesn't have to be, this is Jazmine with Gittens Enterprises, right? Like, hey, this is Jazmine, local investor here. Just looking to, just basic, simple voicemail and text message. But with this being said, right, that now that you guys have shown this is not just something that you can utilize when you already have a lead, right? So you're going to go from prospect, like Louis said, from prospect. That means that it's just pure data. You purchase a pre-foreclosure list. You purchase a high equity list, right? That's just a prospect, okay? You don't even know if they want to sell yet. Once you had that conversation, now you can transition. All right, now this is a lead, so on and so forth. But with Client Cloud, you can actually utilize this as a marketing tool to your prospects as well. So it's not just for specifically your leads, but you can upload all your prospects in here too and do an SMS blast or a regular voicemail blast. So you're able to essentially, you might be using one company for ringless voicemails, one company for, I know I was using one company for text blast, one company for ringless voicemails, one company for, my phone numbers, my scheduling, my this, my that. Like now you have all of that in one space, which makes life so much easier. So tell us, so after they can set this up, so they can literally just set up based on, whatever tag they put, a lead comes in, boom, now they can set it up to where the person's getting this text message this day. So they don't even have to think about it.
Yes.
And it can go as long as you like as well.
Nice.
Sorry to cut you off, Louis. It can go as long as you like. So if you see on the first sequence, it's an SMS, and then you can sequence it to be an email, then it's a call. Then let's just say, you can do 1 hour later, 1 day later, 15 minutes later, you can do another voicemail. So that person is constantly being met with just marketing. And like, okay, well, now I'm more inclined to actually give this person a call back. And you can go like I said before, you can go as long as you want. You can
years.
You can literally never call the person for 5 years, and they felt like, okay, wow, this person has called literally every week for the past 5 years.
That's so dope. That is so dope. I actually just had a colleague. He just closed a deal. He's been following up with that lead. I think he said 3 years. He's been following that lead for 3 years. And he finally just got the deal, right? Wow. So imagine if he had this and because he was doing that manually, right? But imagine he had this kind of system. Man, that would be amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's important too. And Louis will probably show you the conversations, because you want to actually be able to track the conversations and see what was spoken about when you actually spoke with this lead, right? Because if you have a list of maybe 2,000 leads, it can get a lot to track and see. Okay, what did I talk about with this person on such and such date? So Lewis will talk about just the conversations tab and the features that it has as well.
So within the conversation, like Web say, you will see all of the communication with your lead, client, or prospect, even if it was a text message, a phone call, or even a Facebook Messenger chat.
Wow.
Let's say, Jasmine, that you're talking with this guy, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to the text message. You say, okay, Jasmine, I would like to schedule an appointment with you for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the task, so inside the conversation, you can click schedule. So you can see down here, and you can go ahead and schedule Bobby for a consultation with you.
Nice.
You can also create an opportunity. Let's say Bobby is interested on 123 Main Street property that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You will then add Bobby into the 123 Main Street property opportunity, so you can keep track of who's interested on that specific property
Mm-hmm.
and the value for that lead.
And see, and that's the great thing too. So this is not just for the seller side, but you also can utilize this for your buyer side too, because you're going to have tons of buyers coming in, right? So you want to be able to stay in communication with them too. When you get a deal, now you can just blast it out on Client Clouds, right? You can do a quick e-blast and a text blast, all in the same system, all in the same system.
Yeah. And you can prioritize what Lewis mentioned earlier, the opportunities, because you're not only dealing with home buyers, but you're also dealing in motivated sellers. You're dealing with buyers, end buyers, because your ultimate goal, if you're wholesaling, is to sell it to an end buyer in order to make the squeeze in the middle. So being able to track the conversations and prioritize the opportunities from the buyers and also the motivated sellers is crucial. That way you understand what's happening. And I think a great feature in this actual dashboard itself is that also the task as well, that you can actually place for yourself, or I should say you have maybe a partner that works with you in your wholesaling. You can actually assign a task for your partner to follow up on a conversation, and you can actually put in notes in the actual, I'm not sure if Lewis can go back, you can actually put notes inside where the conversation is, and it timestamps exactly who had the conversation, what time the conversation was, the context of the conversation, and then you can put a task for maybe a partner, or if you have a team, for X amount of person to follow up.
Love it. Love it. Now so I mean, this in and of itself is amazing, right? But another thing that you guys actually offer, which I think a lot of people are asking about too, is the websites, right? So you also have, a lot of people are using ClickFunnels, right? You can transition again and have everything right here. So you can create your own funnels, whether it's a one-pager, like quick, landing page that you have some people go to, or you can go as far as like actually, building something out where you have, look at that, right? So you can actually go in there and build your websites out. So that's another thing, because a lot of times, some people want to know, they want to validate you. Do you have a website? Where can I find more information about you? So within the system, you can also create a website as well.
Yes, and if they are already using ClickFunnels, Jasmine, we can literally transfer everything from ClickFunnels to Client Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will change. We will just transfer all of the data, the graphics, everything.
Yes, that's so awesome. I think this is just amazing that you guys have so much stuff inside of one platform. It's insane, to be honest. Like, all of this is crazy. So I'm super stoked to like really dive deep into this platform and be able to like share all my experience and how this is transitioning. And then the great thing about it is, like, again, you can utilize. So if you guys are some people, I know some people have some side hustles, like some of y'all are side hustlers, right? So you might not just be in real estate. You might be doing credit repair or whatever it is, right? So you can actually build this out to where, this is benefiting all in any type of organization that you have and that you're building. And you can have it where your clients can pay for things here. So for me personally, right, I have a coaching, business, right? So if anybody wants to learn, right, so I can go in here and you can pay in here and I can see all my sales and everything. So it's just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
So I want to mention, because Jazmine, you have an amazing coaching program, right?
Yes.
So within Client Clouds, we actually provide a platform, and you can actually see it right there where it says membership, where you can actually create a course yourself. So whether, let's just say maybe, you're wholesaling real estate, but you're also a coach or a fitness coach, or you're a YouTuber on the side, right? You can actually go inside Client Clouds and create your own membership and create your own course inside and actually sell it through the actual CRM. And this normally will cost someone hundreds of dollars, but it's already built inside your CRM. So this is something that you can utilize to make money on top of the money that you're already making from your other real estate business. So it's a pretty this CRM comes with a lot of features that can maximize business growth for anyone in any industry.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, this is definitely, like I said, this is a game changer. And I know some people have questions in regards, to when should we be following up, right? I know that's a very, very common question. So what I do is in my business, if somebody says that they're interested in, obviously they said they're interested in their lead, we're going to be following up with them like once a week, depending on how soon they're saying that they want to sell. Like this lady I told you, she wants to sell in 3 months, but she's saying that, she'll call me next month, right? So I'm going to call her next week. Right. So for people that are, leads, we typically follow up with them once a week, depending, for us, a lead is someone that says they want to sell their house in the next 90 days, right? So if they want to sell next 90 days, that's a lead. So we will follow up with them once a week. Now, if they're a maybe to us, that means that they want to sell their house within the next 6 to 12 months. If it's 6 months, we typically follow up with them every month. And if it's a maybe to where they're saying 12 months, then we'll follow up with them around every 2 months. But with this system in place, we might consider increasing that since we're able to automate these things a little bit more. If we can send them an email here, a text here. So might tweak that a little bit, and I'll definitely give you guys some updates, but that is currently how we do our follow-up. So again, if they're a lead, we follow up them pretty much once a week or once every other week. And if they are a maybe, we're following up with them between 1 to 12 months. And if they're a no, they say, no, I'm not selling my house. Thank you. Right. We're following up with them every 4 months. OK, because things happen. Look, when we just had a whole pandemic, we had mad people that thought they wasn't selling their house and, things change. Right. Or people pass away. Things happen, right? So you want to, again, stay on top of mind so that when if things change, right, for that individual, you are the person that they're going to be calling. Like, oh, I remember this girl. She she done hit me up so many times. You know what? Let me just check my text messages because she texted me, right? You don't want them to be looking, I know I saw a flyer somewhere. That flyer's gone, right? I threw that thing in the trash, but you know what? She texted me. Let me just look through my text. Or she sent me an email. Or you know what? She on my Facebook, right? So that's the way that you're staying engaged with these people. And even a referral, if they have a neighbor or a friend, a cousin, whatever, in a situation, you know what? There was this lady in the neighborhood. She kept on reaching out to me. You know what? Here's her information, right? So it's not just specific to that individual, but then you get referrals. You get people, sharing your information. So this is major to your business. I can't emphasize it enough.
So I want to actually touch on what's important is actually like one of the trigger feature that we have in Client Cloud. So the trigger feature, think of this as the brain of your CRM, right? It can actually learn on its own, which is amazing, right? So let's just say, for example, I'm going to go off of your example, Jazmine. You have a lead that came in and she says that she's not ready to, for whatever reason, sell until about a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually, in the opportunities, transfer her into a specific stage. And then in here, you can actually put custom triggers of what's going to happen once it hits a certain date or it goes into a certain stage.
Mm-hmm.
So those can actually show you how that works. And you can make as many triggers as you want. And Louis, you want to go ahead and show them some examples?
Let me show them this one, the first one. So this one says, if somebody submit a form within client clause,
mm-hmm.
this form, the home buyer's info form, we tell the system, perform this action, add them to a campaign, and we add them to the home buyer campaign. Next, we will add that lead or prospect into our new leads pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
All of that will happen automatically.
That's amazing.
And you as the seller, the buyer, will receive a notification from Client Cloud letting you know that you have a new lead inside your pipeline. That an automation will run over next few days to convert that lead into a booking.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically how triggers work. Like Web say, triggers are the brain of the CRM.
Mm-hmm.
They will do everything automatically for you. You can close a deal and you can be sleeping because the system will do it for you.
Yeah.
You can program the trigger to do something else. Let's just say if you wanted to add another trigger to the last trigger, right? You can go ahead and add, let's just say you wanted an email sent to your team members.
Mm-hmm.
After that trigger sets off, you would just go ahead and put it right in.
And see, and this is great because when you're thinking of wholesaling as a whole, right? There's different roles. I mean, at the beginning, a lot of us are playing every single role, but you have your you have your marketing specialist. You're getting the data, right? So you're pulling it. Then you got your marketing. They're doing the marketing, right? Now you got your sales or your inside sales rep making calls, right? Then you got your sales acquisition trying to close the deal. Then you got your dispositions trying to sell the deal, right? And then you got your transaction coordinator working it with the title company, all right? So a lot of those things can be taken care of right within the system. Whereas if you're getting a trigger that says, okay, when I put this tag, that means that they want me to send them a contract. They're ready to sign. Boom, send them a contract. Okay, so you don't have to think about it. You go ahead and send them the contract. They sign the contract, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's another system that you don't have to pay for, right? Is a lot of us I know are using different systems for documents or stuff. So you can have them sign your documents, right? Now you can when you get the property, you get your pictures and you upload everything, right? Now, if you have a disposition, so boom, you can tag your dispositions. Hey, let them know, hey, this is done. This is ready for you to go ahead and do your thing with, do your e-blast or do your text blast, whatever you're gonna do to find this deal, right? So again, it's just putting everything in a clear-cut, beautiful system where you have everything again in one place and you can streamline everything, make everything so much easier for yourself, and be able to, at the end of the day, close more deals. That's what this is about. Okay, we want to make more money, right? So this system releases the headache of trying to remember things, and it also provides you the opportunity to close more deals. So
I'm sorry to cut you off, Jazmine.
No, go ahead.
No, it's almost like having a team if you're just a one-man band, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know one of my biggest hurdles when I was first starting off is managing every step of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to get a contract, well, but then again, I'm still getting calls from leads, but I have to focus on. I'm so excited about this contract that I just got signed. I worked so hard to get to this step.
Yes.
I need to finish this step to get to the holy grail, to get to closing, right?
Yes.
But then again, you put all this money into marketing, but you're still getting leads. So it's kind of like, how are you managing all this? And this helps that. So if you're someone that is facing those same issues, and let's just say you put money into marketing, you did all this, and now you got your deal, but then you're also getting calls coming in, this solves your issue. And I can attest to that because I was once in your shoes.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, I mean, I think you guys shared so much with them, and I hope you guys saw the value and were able to, to see how this can help you. If you are interested in learning more or even signing up for this program, signing up with Client Clouds, I do have a link listed in the description that you can click, or you can just give the guys a call, let them know that I sent you over. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them. If you guys have any last words that you want to leave the people with, or any last features even that we want to share, anything, I'll give you guys the floor.
Yeah, so we're actually offering all of your viewers and all of your audience a 25% discount of the setup fee. Yeah, and this is active until April 1st. And this is just to really help your audience really get to the closing table and close their first deal. We think that this CRM will allow them and help them get to that. So we're offering 25% off the setup fee. And this is active until April 1st.
April 1st.
Exactly. And if you guys want more information, if you want to go through a live demo, you can feel free to email us at info@clientclouds.com. And I'm actually going to leave that in the chat. And that's info@clientclouds.com. What we're also going to do, you guys can go ahead and follow our Facebook page. We're on Facebook. We're now on YouTube, and you guys can follow our journey and see how we're helping investors all across the country close deals. And you're really just one deal away. Deal away.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, guys, I mean, I really, really appreciate you all coming here and taking the time to share this information with our audience, with the virtual wholesaling tribe. Everybody's out here, and a lot of people are right in that spot where they're trying to get that first deal. A lot of my students have gotten their first deal, so shout out to y'all. But for those that are working toward it, this is a great, and those who have already gotten it. I've done plenty of deals, and I'm signing up for. I've signed up for this system because I just see such great value in it. So again, if you guys are interested, you guys can go ahead and reach out to them. Just let them know that Jazmine Gittens sent you over, so you can get that discount. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys joining us, everybody that was on tonight, and we will see you, or I will see you next week. Peace out.
Thanks for having us, Jazz.
Absolutely.
Thank you.